This is Flo Rogan, and this is The Art of Rhyming, episode 40. Just because you rhyme doesn't make you an artist. You know how we do. About to invite Mickey Diamond on the live. We're going to get right to it. Thank you for coming back on. Jack Kritzer, Blazy Green. Accept. There we go. Peace, Mickey.
Peace. What's the deal, brother?
Not much, man. I like this earlier start time, man. I hope it works better for you.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
No doubt.
Thank you, man. So the first time me and Mickey chopped up, it was about 8 months ago, but I usually start my show at 10 p.m. It doesn't work for everyone, so happy to start this one earlier, man. So thanks, Mickey.
No
Uh, so, you know, our first trying to set this up, it fell through a couple of times, but I understand you're busy. You just dropped Super Shredder, and you kind of mentioned to me that sometimes people forget you're human, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, for sure.
And you also told me, you know, a lot of artists ask you, like, or say to you, you know, I can't wait till I'm in your position. And you kind of told me it's not always what it seems. Is there anything you could enlighten us with off jump, you know, in terms of gems of what to expect when someone gets in your shoes that they might not expect?
I would just say this, without going into too much detail, just for all the artists out there that's like, you know, just getting started out, no matter how much time and energy you put into your craft, when you're ready to put it down and you're ready to go play with your kids and you're ready to go watch this new movie or go play this video game or go play basketball with your friends or go on this date to fuck with this bitch or whatever you want to do, just understand that once you become a demand, that shit's out the window. Depending on, you gotta be mindful of your time, because at the end of the day, you know, when your actual art starts to equivalent to a dollar sign, you know, every second counts. So it's like, yo, I could be on this game for 6 hours, and that 6 hours I could have broke X, Y, and Z songs for this feature or this, that, and the third. I got deadlines and all this shit now, so there's plenty of time that I want to sit and just kick it with my kids and not do nothing, or plenty of days where I just don't want to pick up my phone. But I can't, because it's money on the line, it's business on the line. A new person might just hit you up. It could be somebody important. You never know. You know what I mean? Tomorrow I might not pick up my phone and fucking a Def Jam exec might be in my fucking inbox, and it's like, yo, you get what I'm saying? You missed that opportunity because you didn't. So it's very time consuming, and I know we say time is money, because it is, but time is more important than money, because it's the only thing that you can't get back. You get what I'm saying? You can always go broke and get more money, but you can't get time back. So I would just say, you know, be appreciative of your ability to be able to put the mic down when you feel like it, put the pen down whenever you feel like it, put your phone down when you feel like it. Hang out with your kids and all that shit as much as you want to, because the more it picks up, the more it's time consuming, and it's business. And and once it starts feeding your family, and once it starts taking care of your bills and paying your car note and putting clothes in your back and food in your belly and X, Y, and Z, the less that you can actually turn your back from it. You can't walk away from it at that point, or else you fucked up. You get what I'm saying? And this rap game is so finicky that all it takes is for you to be missing in action for a couple months, and you know what I mean? Some new nigga that came in with his pen, and now he the new nigga, and he took your plate. You know what I mean?
Yo, with all that said, thank you for rescheduling this with me. You know, I know you had to take care of what you had to, and I highly appreciate it for your time, bro.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you, bro, for being understanding and patient, bro, because at the end of the day, you know, you human. We already talked about we got kids and all that, you know what I'm saying, schedules. I do all this and still make sure that I got time to do what I need to do with my family, but it's definitely time consuming.
Yeah, man. So last we interviewed was about 7-8 months ago. I peeped your whole catalog in preparation. So you've come out with a bunch of heat since then, as you always do. I think you've dropped 5 projects with Super Shredder. If you can, I just want to tell you some things that stood out to me about the last 4 or 5 projects, if that's cool with you.
Absolutely, shoot.
So Capital Gains, produced by Camouflage Bunk. It's hard to say, but that might be my favorite, because I like the old school appeal, the throwback flavors. I love that shit, man. Bangkok Dangerous 4. Who produced that? For some reason, I couldn't find out. Figure out.
So there was multiple producers. There was Mallory Knox, Wavy the God, Nicholas Craven, DJ Finn, Big Ghost, Wino Willie, Choop, Future Wave. Fuck, I'm missing a couple people.
Future Wave, wow.
Yeah, Future.
That's a
Future
lot
Wave
of heavy hitters.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah. Future Wave was the song right before the last song. You'll never take me alive record. Was Future Wave. Future Wave. It's a couple. Oh, Spanish Ran was on there. It was basically all heavy hitters. You know what I'm saying? That's what BD4 was. Yeah.
Dope. You know what really stood out to me on your soul food track? You got that Mike Power soundbite.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
That introduction he gave you. Will you ever be able to forget that? I don't know how he wrote that introduction. That was a while ago too.
Right? Yeah, that was But when I heard it, if you pay attention to, if you ever seen that interview when he was saying it, I just had my head down because I'm just listening to what he's saying. I was just taking it in like, damn, bro. Like this shit was so prolific that I'm like, I was gonna put that on the intro. I was gonna make that originally the intro.
Yeah.
But I felt like it fit the Soul Food record better because the Soul Food record kind of had a message in it. If you pay attention to the first line, I said, rappers throwing release parties, we don't never get no invite. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of niggas that know we doing our thing, see us doing our thing, see our names here, there, everywhere, see the support we get, see the love we get, see the shows we doing, see the records we drop in, see the physical stuff, all that, and they still purposely choose to overlook and act like they don't see you because it's something with their ego that's fucking with them.
I definitely want to get into that. I got a question about that for sure. So if you don't mind, I'll get into that in a second. But yeah, that sounds like a hip hop Hall of Fame induction to me, bro. More than an intro,
Thank
to
you,
be
bro.
honest. And it's funny because during Bangkok Dangerous 4, in the middle of it, the word "goat" started popping in my head. You know what I mean? I listened to Capital Gains, like, and like my opinion, all of our opinions can change from time to time, but the word popped in my head, like, yo, this guy's the GOAT. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna say I'm the GOAT, but I'm definitely one of the best doing it. There's plenty of other niggas out here that bring, hella styles to the table that I can't give you. But when it comes to what I do it the best. And I give you that, and that's what people appreciate.
My main criteria is just bar for bar, the flavor, bar for bar. Like that was my criteria, and the consistency. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, brother. I appreciate
it. So yeah, and then you got Gucci Ghost 3, 4. I love the Gucci Ghost skits and the drama you add to them. You get all the figures from the culture weighing in on it. After their scandal. What are your thoughts on Gucci? Do you actually fuck with Gucci at this point? The actual brand?
Hell yeah, I fuck with Gucci. I never stop. You know what? That's why I put the Floyd Mayweather skit on Yachts and Boycotts, because at the end of the day, I like how he spoke his mind and said, "Look, fuck what they talking about. I'm finna go on Gucci." You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. None of these labels and brands, these high-end designers, none of that shit is really for us. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying for us as black people. I'm just saying for us as poor people, regular people, you know what I mean? They make that shit for a certain caliber of society. And at the end of the day, it's one of them things where if let's put it like this, say I got a Mary hat on, say Michael Mary came on the internet right now and said, nigger, 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 I'm not throwing this fucking hat in the garbage. I paid too much for it. Fuck him. You know what I mean? I make this shit look good, so I don't take none of that shit personal. The blackface shit with Gucci, that was some weak ass shit, but at the end of the day, it's up to nobody. I wouldn't have bought it. That would have been that. You know what I mean? It's just that simple. I'm gonna buy some other shit. There's nothing racist about a bunch of G's on your shirt. You know what I mean? All the G. You know what I mean? They got plenty of other shit to buy. People just like to participate in scandal, bro. That's just what goes on. You get what I'm saying? And you watch how a bunch of people, the same celebrities that jumped on that bandwagon, fuck Gucci, people was donating their Gucci and burning their Gucci and all that shit. That shit was like 3-4 years ago. The same motherfuckers got on Gucci and bought a bunch of Gucci hella times since then. So it just goes to show you how finicky the world is. And they got a bunch of people who had Gucci who couldn't afford Gucci that spent their hard-earned money on Gucci. Like, oh, I'm not wearing this shit no more. I'm giving this shit away. You know what I mean? People follow
People
trends.
also got short-term memories on what they believed
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
yesterday. You know what
A
I'm
lot of
saying?
people
So
are sheep, bro.
I
I call
got
them
I got it.
sheeple. Sheeple, bro. A lot of people are sheep, bro. If you lead, they'll follow. And a lot of people will let you lead them to destruction and ignorance and chaos. If you know what I mean, if you make it sound good enough. And so I never bought into none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I like Gucci because they, like any other high fashion brand, are a staple in the culture. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Got
that
it.
simple.
So so want to get back to the GOAT conversation. I mean, you're in the eye of a storm of an incredible run. I know some in the DMs before you told me, like sometimes like you don't fully realize, the full extent of it because you're
Yeah,
in the middle of it.
yeah,
But
yeah, absolutely.
do you where do you put yourself in the GOAT conversation? Like all things considered, whatever
Okay,
you
so
consider GOAT. Do you feel you're there in that conversation?
no, I still feel like I got a lot of work to do because it's a lot of people that don't know who I am, and it's a lot of people that I feel like with all the work that I'm putting in and the consistency that should know who I am, and if they do know who I am, then they're doing a good job of pretending they don't. And so I won't be satisfied until I can jump on the phone. Like, don't get me wrong, I done had conversations and I got opportunities to meet certain legends. You know what I mean? Lloyd Banks, Method Man, R.J. Payne. That's just to speak a few names, but at the same time, I won't be happy till I can get on the phone with Alchemist and talk about some regular life shit. Or jump on the phone with Rock Marciano and he like, yo, Mick, what's the deal? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? The niggas who really, really put it down before me, who gave me the lane to be able to do what I'm doing.
Have you ever gotten any message or note from Rock Marciano or any
No,
acknowledgement to this point?
absolutely not. No. But I had the opportunity to meet him at a show he did down here with my man Top Ferris. And I did end up going because I had some shit going on. It was too late. But you know what? I'm a firm believer in um, divinity. So when it's divine, it's going to happen when it's going to happen. I don't want to meet Rock Marciano in passing at a backstage of the show that I had no business at. I was just there just for him to shake my hand and think I was just some regular nigga like the other 15 people that
Yeah,
walked up to him and
yeah,
was like, yo,
yeah,
Rocky the GOAT.
yeah.
I want that man to know I get busy. I want him to respect what I do and be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it to no slight nobody else, but if Jay Worthy can get in that man presence and get that man ear, if Great God can get in that man presence and get that man ear, I'll be able to get his attention
You
eventually. You know what I'm saying?
you're focused on putting in your work and letting that come to you.
I'm, I'm, I'm
That's
focused
your
on build. I'm focused on building my brand and building my team up because at the end of the day, this is no slight to no other crew or no other entity that's in the underground that come before me or after me. But at the end of the day, I feel like you'll never find another crew of artists such as the Umbrella with compatibility and lyricism skills as high as we had. It's very, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying all of us is the craziest rappers, but there's a lot of crazy rappers in the umbrella that we bring. You know how you got a lot of crews that you like, okay, I like him, and the rest of these niggas is, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
when you do Wu-Tang, it's like, yo, who your favorite? Niggas gonna easily say
S-
Ghost and Ray. But we gotta
Snotty is sharp, man.
Well,
I
man,
gotta
the whole
talk to him
crew,
one day
Jay
when the
Royale,
time is right.
Jay Royale is sharp, Josiah is sharp,
Yeah.
Mac Nice is sharp, Big Trip is sharp, Pro Dillinger is sharp. Like I'm sharp. You know, Substance 810 is sharp. We got a whole team comprised of literally individual artists that come together. That's why people get us confused. We're not a group, we a collective because the whole team is comprised of solo artists. You know what I mean? That's why you get so many projects. Think about it. We put out just between me, Pro, and Substance 810 last year. We put out 21 projects between the three of us.
Wow.
You know what
Crazy,
I
man.
mean?
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah.
common. That's not
You're
common.
you're setting the pace for the
Yeah,
scene. You're
yeah,
setting the
yeah,
pace.
absolutely. You know what I mean? And that's no, like I said, no disrespect to no other crew that's doing it because we respect everybody. We like what everybody do. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan first. So at the end of the day, a lot of these niggas let ego get in the way and want to be like, yo, we the best, fuck these niggas and all that shit. I don't be on that shit. I bump a lot of you niggas shit. I bump a lot of you niggas shit. I listen to y'all niggas. I watch y'all interviews. I like y'all. You know what I'm saying? I like what niggas is doing. If the game was just umbrella alone, it'd be boring. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm a fan first. So at the end of the day, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to take away what me and my team
Yeah.
do and how
Yeah.
busy we get and how consistently we've been getting busy for like fucking 4 or 5 years straight
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Well, wanted to ask you, what do you think constitutes a GOAT? Is it recognition or like do you have to have certain types of songs out there? different variety of albums? Like, what constitutes a GOAT for you?
It
Is it just
depends.
reach?
No,
Do you need anthems? Do you need like all kinds of
no
topics that you rap about? What does it require?
skill and longevity. It's part skill, part longevity. You rap at a high level, and you're creative. But how long can you do that? We done had some niggas that came out that gave us some dope shit, changed the scene, but as they continued to go, they shit went down like this.
Right.
Downhill, and they lost their steam as they continued to go. Sure, they still got their cult following and fan base, but what they didn't hold up to their earlier work. You know how you get some niggas be like, yo, his first, I like the nigga, but his first shit, it'll never be compared to, it's like a sequel to a movie.
Yeah.
Yo, that shit was, it'll never be as good as the remake. I mean, the remake will never be as good as the original or whatever. So I look at it as longevity. How good can you continue to be creative and not say the same things over and over and give niggas different shit, but still give them you and let them experience your growth so your fans can grow with you, so that when I'm 50, they're going to still be like, yo, he's still rapping at a high level. I was 40 when I first heard him. I'm 50 now. He's still doing it. You know what I mean?
You plan to be doing it that long? You have a vision for that?
I feel like it depends on how much money I make and how fast.
Gotcha. So this quote's a bit old, but this is from No Liquor Before 12. The track was Sports, Drugs, Entertainment. You had a quote, they did the best underground rapper list. I felt left out.
Absolutely.
Which platform was that, if you care to share? Because
for my guys, the Abyss Podcast. The Abyss Podcast in 2020.
Okay.
Or it was either 2020 or 2021. They did a best rappers list. It consisted of 75 MCs, and there was a lot of names that I felt like did not belong on there for various reasons. Some niggas just wasn't that hot, and some niggas just was too out of the element. They were not underground anymore. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna say no names specific, but you know, if you consider yourself a part of this underground of what we do, but you got pictures with Jay-Z and you at Rock Nation brunches and shit, you're not underground no more. You get what I'm saying? The underground is for the unknown known, the known unknown, the niggas who work it every day but still might have to punch a clock. You get what I'm saying? He just dropped the best album of the year, but still might have to go to work tomorrow in the morning. And that's what the underground is. Niggas who don't have the whole world.
That's a good way of putting it. That's
in their palm. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So getting to got it. I'm confident you would have made the next list. I would assume.
Well, I did. I got the next year I got Rapper of the Year. I definitely made the list. I got Rapper of the Year 2 years in a row on a big podcast after that.
Dope. So your new project, Super Shredder, that's a continuation of Oroku Saki.
Absolutely.
Produced by Ral Duke. I think it dropped April 8th.
Yes.
I want to say this. What I like about your concept albums, like Flair for the Gold, is I forget who's talking to me. Is it Shredder or is it Mickey Diamond? And I'm like constantly switching back subconsciously.
Yeah.
And that adds to the entertainment value, man. You do that really well, man. So wanted to say that.
Yeah, man. I said the other day, man, and I ain't want to sound cocky because, you know, I ain't the first dude to drop a concept album or no shit like that. But I really do want to say that in this new scene in the past 2-3 years, I brought concept rap back. You know what I mean? Niggas wasn't rapping from the perspective of another person or doing make-believe, you know what I mean, like Bulletproof Bathrobes. I rapped as me from the perspective of me in a dystopian future with cybernetic attachments and doing shit that no human being can actually do. Riding, popping Kawasaki, doing wheelies on the Kawasaki, shooting Uzis off, crashing through glass, chopping grenades in half with katana blades. You know, I used my imagination because I felt like there was a certain point where the rap and the underground shit had became about being either a 5%er, black man is God, or drugs. I'm a gangster, I'm a killer, I'm a shooter. But don't get me wrong, I can respect all that, but let's have some fun again. Let's show niggas that we can do something different. And that's how I came up with the idea to do Bathrobes. You know what I mean?
What you brought in bar-wise flavor, the references to pop culture, all that, just bar for bar, the entertainment, it definitely you've brought something people can't take away from.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I wanted to take a couple quotes from Super Shredder. So from the track TGRI, you're like turtles and rats, bees pet peeve. Yo, the flow sick is Jeffrey Epstein. Throw 9 yards of hard dick in the sex feed.
After MF. I gotta
Go
be
ahead.
the next best thing.
Okay, so I wanted to ask you: is MF Doom your personal goat, and is he an influence on you?
Heavy influence, but not my personal goal.
Gotcha.
I like MF Doom because he was able to do something that no other rapper could do, and that was jump on tracks and you get what I'm saying? Themselves so serious. MF Doom
Yeah,
would
yeah,
say a bunch of silly shit.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Even though he was rapping his ass off, you know what I'm saying? He whole scroll, lo and behold, like he would say just random shit that you'd be like, yo, this shit damn near sound like Knick Knack Paddywhack, but he rhyming it so crazy, and no other rapper to ever exist could do that. You get what I'm
yeah,
saying? So
yeah.
I hold him in super. MF Doom, in my opinion, don't even go in the GOAT category. He's his own
That
entity. He
that's
goes over
true.
here. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? He birthed a whole different genre of rapper to me.
yeah.
If there
You and Crazy are the same,
hood
but you
shit,
do, but you do have some similarities. I I I actually wasn't the biggest fan of his. I tried multiple times, but I fuck with your shit heavy, man.
thank
I thought I'd say
you,
that,
bro. I
man.
appreciate
There's just
it.
something a little
Thank you.
different, about
Yeah,
it. So yeah,
yeah.
man.
It's a little. I'm a little more edgy. And again,
Yeah,
I take myself serious, but I still know how to have fun within
yeah,
the realm. See, I know how to put on different hats. You get what I'm saying? And
yeah,
that's why when I make different projects, they kind of feel different. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. So I wanted to get into one more quote. This is in my opinion, the hardest statement of the whole project. You're like, it's from Coffee Beans. You're like, I showed you how to get a deal with Copenhagen for
For
your
your vinyl
vinyls. Showed you how to ball. You
and
finally made it to the
to the
finals.
finals.
Congratulations. I taught you how to master calculations. I'm gonna be the loudest shouting at
Shut
your
at your
graduation.
graduation.
That
Yeah.
was a big statement, man. So,
Somebody just said that same thing to me. Somebody
uh,
just said something about that same line set up. Somebody
yeah,
just said that to me, like, bro, that statement was so heavy.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Well,
So
what was the question about it? Go ahead.
Well, here's a follow up. You don't have to answer it if I'm getting too much into numbers, but I read a comment, and I'm just getting up to speed on like Copenhagen and sales and all that. But they said Mickey Diamond might be the first artist with over 10K sold on Copenhagen crates. I don't know if that's accurate or if you care to
It's
confirm that.
overly accurate. We gotta at this point, shit, we gotta be over 10,000 sales over there. You know what I mean? I can't even really uh I'd have to do the math and really calculate how many sales I had, bro. Nobody on the underground scene in this past 3 to 5 years, I guarantee, has had as many physical sales as I have, bro. And this is on digital. This is on physical platform, all vinyl, all CD, all tape. I've never dropped anything that has not sold out. You know what I mean? And the
That's
numbers just
crazy.
keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger every time. We just did 1,800 copies of Super Shredder, and it sold out. 1,500
Congrats, man.
copies. Thank you, brother. 1,500 copies was going in 14
That,
minutes. That's like a
that's
thousand.
just vinyl. That was just the vinyls.
Yeah, that was just the vinyls.
Wow, wow. So last we spoke again about 8 months ago. I asked you, do you think you'll be dropping at this high rate indefinitely? You seem to say then that you might slow down, but you seem to have your foot on the gas, man. So I guess you're keeping your foot on the gas in terms of dropping every couple of months, every 2, 3 months.
So this year, so last year and the year before, like I said, it's different when you rapping with a chip on your shoulder. Um, First of all, I'm not to toot my own horn, but I'm just a good writer rapper. I have a good consistency and a frequency to write because it's what I love to do. Before I ever threw my hat in the ring and dropped Bangkok Dangerous One, my man Sice Greeny would tell you, I was doing this shit every day. He was, you know what I mean? Every day I wrote more songs that people had never hear and I never put out than I actually have out. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So the shit is second nature. It's like riding a bike or waking up in the morning to go take a piss.
yeah,
It's what I do. I've been doing it for so long. Um, and I always said once I had the opportunity to get eyes and ears on me that I wouldn't disappoint. So now that I have people's eyes and ears and I'm gaining new followers and new fans every project that I drop, the numbers are going up. So you might see the frequency go down as far as I might not do 8 to 10 a year. I'll just do 4 to 5 impactful albums. You know what I mean?
yeah. It must be crazy when a project's out. They must lose their mind, man.
Uh,
I
so
imagine.
you froze. You froze up. Would you say it
Oh,
again?
my bad. Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
I
I
said
can
it
hear you.
must be crazy when you get a new follower that's amazed by what you do, and then they realize you got like 20 fucking or something projects to catch
Yeah,
up
yeah,
on, man.
absolutely, bro. It's beautiful, bro, because everybody, the dope shit about my catalog is everybody has their favorite project. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah,
oh, Capital Gains is the best shit you ever put out. Oh, Smoke Face is the best shit you ever put out. Oh, the Bangkok Dangerous series, the Gucci Ghost series, Bathrobes. You know, Death Threat. It just depends on who listens, and I love the fact that gravitate to what they can relate to. Because I don't expect
yeah.
everybody to listen to Super Shredder and be like, oh, you know what I mean? Just like I don't expect everybody to listen to Bangkok Dangerous and
It,
relate.
it,
But whatever you like the most is what is important to me.
yeah, it's dope that there can even be a debate. You know what I mean over your catalog. That's a dope
Yeah,
thing in
absolutely.
itself. So I wanted to get into another quote, Capital Gains. It's one of my favorite singles of yours. I'm glad you made a video of it. You dropped it right
Thank you.
after we interviewed. I'm like, oh shit, I wish I would have that would have been part of my
Yeah,
interview. I
yeah,
liked it that
absolutely.
much. So that was
Thank you.
2023. I'm gonna quote something here if you don't mind. You're like, my life getting too real. I'm 45 Mike with the flu ill. I'm looking like
I'm feeling
endorsements and shoe
Mike.
deals.
Shoot
Def
deals.
Jam call. We
I
might
might
sign for a few
sign
mil.
for a few mil.
Probably on a
I'll be on a
flight to
flight
New Zealand.
to New Zealand knocking Drew Hill.
Rappers couldn't
Couldn't
lick my boot
lick
heel.
my boot heel.
The,
The
the
blue steel 38 long. Sensitive trigger nigga that's Trey Songz.
yeah, man.
Tapping your brain. Yeah.
So, dude, you mentioned Def Jam might call you at the beginning of the interview. Is there anything going on that you can share? You know, I don't want to investigate too much. I'm just asking anything
Um,
or
no,
anything
not
else.
necessarily. I, no. This is the reason why I say Def Jam, because when I was growing up, Def Jam was the major label that everybody wanted to be signed to. They had all the best acts in the world that was hip hop and damn near R&B at certain points in time. So to know that they're still vested in rapping enough, they gave Benny they gave Benny $1 million. You get what I'm saying? Which means they're paying
Yeah,
attention. You know, and if you can grab that many people where it can equivalent to that, then they're going to come knocking eventually. And if I don't want to sign a major deal, I'm not interested in signing one because underground rap is being very lucrative to my life right now, and I
right.
like being my own boss, dropping at my own pace and X, Y, and Z. But if they ever do come knocking, I want them to know that for the right dollar sign, I'm all ears. So that's what
Would
I'm more or less manifesting.
would you ever change your sound at all for a label situation? Like just hypothetically speaking,
Um,
how do you think that
well,
that
so to
would
be
impact you?
um, I mean, of course they're gonna want me to go more commercial to a certain extent. But at the end of the day, the good thing about me is, bro, I'm multifaceted. Um, I got songs that is on that kind of level, but I never put them out. You know what I mean? Like I said, I do a lot. I know how to do a lot of different. I got a lot of different styles. I'm not just boom bap. I'm not a one-dimensional rapper. And what I do is I know how to make it. I know how to give you something that's that, but still make sure that it's me on it. What I'm saying.
Yeah,
So at the end of the
yeah,
day, I would just rise to the occasion. I would never do let's say like when Cassidy dropped his first album, I would never go so commercial that you love me for my battle rap and all my gun bars, and then I'm doing a hotel record with R. Kelly and you just fucking hate it. I would, you know what I mean? I'd rather just stay independent and do what I do before I make that decision to do some shit like that.
dope. And I just want to say, I know people are going crazy in the comments. I see all the comments. I got a limited amount of time with Mickey, and I got a lot of gems I want to drop. So I'm just going to keep it pushing through my agenda here. But thank you all for tapping in. So wanted to get back to your craft and what's going on here? Okay, yeah. So you got lavish shit in your raps. Do you do you believe in wrapping things into existence?
Abs-
Like, do you rap
Absolutely.
ahead of where you are and then let your life catch up to it? Is that
Absolutely.
your approach?
Absolutely. Manifestation, bro. When you manifest, I'm a firm believer in if you serve it, I mean if you deserve it, the universe will serve it. So at the end of the day, I put things but I had songs, I can remember I had a song in like 2020, and I said uh something to the effect of rock and gold grills, you know, I'm on tour rocking gold grills in the South and some shit like that. My brother was like, you know what I mean? See, I can't do that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I can't say shit that I really ain't doing. And it's more or less of knowing what you're gonna do when the opportunity comes. So here we are today, and you know what I'm saying? And I mean,
Yeah,
so I used to say, when I had 2 chains, I would say 4 chains. When I had 4 chains, I would say 6 chains. Now I got 6 chains. Now I want to, you know, so now I'm gonna start saying 10. I'm gonna always, I would say, pushing big trucks and da da da. Now I'm sitting in a 2023 Chevy Tahoe, brand new, off the lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna continue to direct my life in the direction that I want it to go,
yeah,
and I'm gonna speak that through my music, because everything is motivation. And if you believe, then you will achieve. And I know that sounds corny and cliche, but it's
yeah,
fucking true. And a lot of people keep stagnant because they settle for where their life is at and not where they want it to be. And
yeah,
I'll never be a nigga like that.
yeah. No, I know when I was actively rapping, I tend to make darker music, but this is a serious gem. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, yeah,
you're
absolutely.
rapping for where you want to be. Um, so wanted to ask you this. I know you mentioned that sometimes you don't get the respect that you deserve, but I mean, I believe you're 21 projects deep. Is that
No,
right? 20 or is it 22?
24.
24. My bad. Do you think there's any people actually withholding opportunities from you? Like,
I believe that there are people that want to work with me, but between my ability to create, my ability to network and maneuver through, my ability to sell the way I do without any major promo or any major help, with everything that I built on my own, I feel like they don't feel like they have the opportunity to capitalize off me like they would want it. You get what
mhm.
I mean?
Right,
I
right,
make
right.
I make my money myself, so there's no benefit in it for them. So as much as
Got
they
it.
would want to fuck with me, they won't. That's what I
Got it.
believe.
Got it. Got it. Well, that's definitely not a bad place to be in. That's
Oh, no,
for sure, man.
absolutely not, brother.
Yeah, yeah. So wanted to get back more to just music side of things. So I understand, if I'm not mistaken, you're a big fan of rock music. Are you one of these dudes that listens to very little hip hop? Like you don't
Oh
like
no,
your like messing with
I
your flow, or you listen to everything?
I listen to everything, bro. So I have my days where I'm fucking listening to, like this morning, 8:30 in the morning. I'm driving my daughter to school. As soon as I pick her up from school, as soon as I pick her up to get in the car, just my brain was like, go to Raekwon, my favorite dread from Immobilarity. You know what I
Right.
mean? I have certain days where I'm just like, yo, I want to hear this all day. This the vibe I'm on. And then certain days I'm like, yo, I want to hear You Live and You Learn from Flock of Seagulls, or I want to hear this from the Furs, or I want to listen on the Commodores, or I want to listen to Don't Say Goodbye from the Isley Brothers. It just depends on the day, bro. But the reason that I have all of these different angles and I'm able to rap over these soul samples and give you these gems from television I'm not a one-dimensional person. I don't sit around and watch gangster movies all day so I can think of the next great gun bar to give you. Um, I'm everything. I watch cartoons. I watch. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I watch
you,
gangster shit. I watch
yo,
documentaries.
but I just want to mention in terms of gun bars, which arguably you could say is one of the most played out things in hip hop. You're still creative with it. You had this one, I shoot spur of the moment like Tony
Like
Parker.
Tony Parker.
When I heard that, bro, I was like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, bro. I I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, bro. I come from a battle rap era.
Right.
That's where I got my that's where I started at. And I'm always gonna say that gun bars and gun bars and underground hip hop, and it's really just American, and this is what I'm it's really just American black culture. Guns are a big part of our existence. You know what I mean? We live in dangerous environments. We have to protect ourselves. The last thing you want to do is have a gun that is inefficient when it's time to save your life.
Right.
There are people who have never been in those situations, and there are people who have been in those situations time and time again that are still here to tell the tale. So at the end of the day, guns are going to be prominent in hip hop because that's the environment. You know what I mean? There's no other genre of music that people have to go to and worry about getting shot at their
True.
fucking shows or some shit happening. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just only in hip hop. So gun bars will always be prominent, and the more creative that a person can get with it, the more I'm going to respect that. I will never ever disrespect a good gun bar, bro. I'm sorry, America is guns. I
Yeah,
know you Canadian,
yeah,
but America
yeah.
is guns, bro.
No, man, that's very important perspective, man. Thank you for saying that, man. I appreciate that. Um, yeah, man, and you're hyper creative with it, man, which
Yeah,
was the main point of what I
absolutely.
was saying, man.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
yeah, man. So wanted to get back to the industry, right? Like people are saying there's declining streams or sales in hip hop. Do you feel that this is something that impacts you or your scene? I even wanted to ask you about AI and shit. Like, is this shit that you sweat? All these happenings, does it impact the indie scene that you're a part of?
Absolutely not. You know, but I will tell you this: as far as this is my take on AI, I wish, I wish that I could figure out how to do AI. Do you know how many fucking crazy songs I would have if I could get a fucking computer to write these shits for me? Oh my God, I'd be rich tomorrow. Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because at the end of the day, like I've heard Drake songs. I've heard Drake songs that are AI that are better than shit that Drake could
Yeah.
ever fucking put
That
out.
that that first Kendrick disc that came out, that was AI, right?
That was AI.
That was fucking
Listen, I would have,
dope, man.
if I was Drake, I would have contacted that motherfucker, told him take it down off YouTube, let me buy this shit from you, the lyrics and all, and I
Yeah.
would have put that shit out as is.
Real talk though, would you, if you could do that, would you openly put out AI albums and be like, "Yo, this is AI, but I fucking wrote the bars or whatever"?
I would put it
Well,
out.
I don't know if
I
you
would
would need to do that though.
I would put it out, but I wouldn't tell motherfuckers it was AI because what's the difference? If I wrote the bars and I got a fucking computer saying the shit or whatever the fuck, so I don't have to be there to record it, it's just a computer using my voice and rapping the shit like I wouldn't tell them it was AI because I still technically wrote it and it's still my
Yeah,
voice.
yeah.
So
The,
I wouldn't say shit.
the crazy thing is, it comes out engineered and shit, like on the
Yeah.
fly.
Yeah, you
It's
know what I
crazy,
mean?
right? Right.
You'd be a fucking fool to tell motherfuckers it was AI. Like I would never.
So, so wanted to ask you back to Umbrella. Over the last year or so, like we spoke about 8 months ago, but over the last year or so, have you guys had to evolve in any noticeable way in the way you do things or the way you operate just to keep up with what's going on or lead in what's going on? Like anything you've had to change in the way you conduct yourselves or your business or
Um,
whatever?
I would say that for the members that are staying consistent and constantly dropping music month after month, year after year, the only thing that we had to do was keep each other motivated throughout the mental stresses and things that life throws at us in the process of making the projects. That's the only thing. Other than that, bro, staying consistent and dropping music month after month, year after year is the only thing that we focus on. And you know, we see other people and we notice other artists doing what they do and this, that, and the third. But you know, when you lead in a pack, when you're winning the race, the worst thing you could do is this.
Right.
I don't want to look over my shoulder to see you gaining on me. I need to keep my eyes focused on the yellow tape. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And if you beat me to it, you beat me to it. But at the end of the day, I'd rather come in second place than last.
You, you know, for what I do, I haven't monetized yet. I believe one day I'll get there. But I'm not looking over my shoulder. I'm just focusing on what I'm doing. It's more enjoyable that way, to be honest, man. I hate looking over my shoulder.
When you look left and
Just to,
when you look left and you look right, you distract yourself from what's ahead of you, and that's your future and that's your goal. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Keep your eye on the prize. You know
yeah,
what I mean? You gonna get what you supposed to get when you supposed to get it and nothing else. I don't want what this man got coming. I don't want what this man got coming over here. I
yeah,
can't do what he do, and I can't do what he do, and neither one of them to my left or my right can do what I can do. So why am I worried about what they doing?
yeah,
Stay
yeah,
focused.
yeah, man.
Stay
Yeah, man.
focused.
Stay focused, stay consistent, right?
Absolutely. That's it.
Um, so you know what? The cool thing is about our last interview, it was late. We started at 10 o'clock. I had a whole bunch of quotes to get into. I've retained those quotes. We have a bit of time.
Okay.
So why don't I just jump into those, right?
Absolutely.
Because I have you till 9 o'clock, right?
Absolutely. Yes,
So
sir.
so death threats. This is Sir Smoke a Lot. Everybody got my album on their Discogs wish list. It'll be a cold day in hell if I make a song for the bitches. These hoes don't buy vinyl and all sales final. Wanted to ask you, do you have any female fans that like know your music well and shit like that? Do you
Absolutely.
have any clear demographic?
Absolutely. So last night there was a Twitter on Twitter. There's a lady. Shout out to Miss Fathom. I never heard of her a day in my life. Somebody tagged me, but she does it's called Down the Rabbit Hole. It's on Twitter, and she does like these listening spaces where she picks random artists that she likes, and she digs into their catalog. And the people who follow her go in there, they discuss, they talk in X, Y, and Z, and she plays songs from their catalog, and she explains why she likes. She did one on me last night.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
listened, and I was so intrigued that I ended up joining the chat. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I talked and
Yeah.
we conversed, and you know what I mean? And she was just so obliged, bro. Like you
Dope.
could hear it, almost like you could hear her blushing over the fucking
Yeah.
speaker.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? The fact that I was on the line talking to her back, you know what I mean? And she was playing like dope songs for me that she really knew the words to, and X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? So yes, I have a lot of female friends. I mean, a lot of female fans that like my music, which you wouldn't think. But the underground is a mixed fan base. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? There are a lot of females who partake in it. The reason
When
I say
I
I want to explain that live. When I say it'll be a cold day in hell, I make a song for the bitches. These hoes don't buy vinyl and no sells it's vinyl. Is that, you know, you got a lot of people who feel like, oh, you know, you make songs for women, that's the way to win.
hmm,
I'm not like right now, Tiff Big. She's a supporter. She's super into hip hop. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like
big
she's
supporter. A lot of
super into
people.
hip hop for a lot of
Salute to
people.
Tip.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So when I say these hoes, I'm talking about, you know, the generic female that want to get in your car, want to listen to the ratchet shit, that want to shake ass. I'm not making
Right.
no music for y'all to shake ass to and all of
Right.
that shit. You know what I mean? Just like I don't want to hear me in the club. I wouldn't want to go in the club and hear a Mickey Diamond record.
Right.
I want to hear somebody else so I can see her shake some ass. But at the end of the day, you don't expect that from me. You don't think you're finna get that from me. You get
Yeah.
what I mean? And that's what I was more or less intended.
Got it.
Because at the end of the day, them hoes that's in the club shaking ass, they not trying to be at the Copenhagen drop at 3 o'clock to make sure they get a copy.
Yeah.
So why am I catering to them? I'm not going to, and I never will. And that was the point of that
Got
statement.
it. Got it. Pro told me a similar thing, man. At some point, he started getting a lot more female fans that they're tapping in and
Yeah,
know the
absolutely.
lyrics and all that
Yeah,
shit. So,
yeah.
so back to death threats. The Disturbia outerlude. I don't want to get too dark, but bro, that death threat, it sounded like a real death threat to
Yeah,
me, man. Was
yeah.
that real or was that
No,
something you
that was
made?
it was made. It was that was my man. Shout out my man, Coach to God. The whole concept came from me, and I told him what I wanted him to do. And he did an excellent job executing it. But what had happened was, so the whole album Death Threats was inspired by a lot of stuff started happening really fast, and I started acquiring new shit. And you know, it's like a kid with a new toy. You know what I mean? He don't know not to take it up to the park for everybody to see, so the bully can take it from him. He just want everybody to see he got the new toy. So I'm
Right.
riding around my hood. I got these chains on and these gold teeth, and I'm driving a new car and X, Y, and Z, and I'm having money and I'm wearing nice clothes. And my baby mother kind of kicked it to me one day, like you don't notice that motherfuckers is watching you. You don't see that people is paying attention to you more than they should be now. Like, you know what I mean? What if somebody coming here in the middle of the night while we sleeping in X, Y, and Z, and this, that, and the third? And it kind of had me thinking like, damn, you know, you never know where it's coming from or who's who. And I know everybody don't have my best interests at heart. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And a lot
Yeah.
of people would like to have what I have. So why not make a project from the perspective of the motherfucker that I can't see? I don't know
Yeah.
who you are, but you watching me every day when I ride past you. You know,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know my car. You see me. You know my walk when I'm walking. You know what I mean? You know you
Well,
so in tune with
you
me.
you did a great job on the outro. That shit was chilling, man. So yeah,
Yeah,
man, did a good
yeah.
job.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. I wanted the motherfucker to feel. I wanted the motherfucker to feel the eeriness, like
Yeah.
somebody was breathing on your fucking neck. The
Yeah.
whole album. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah. So I'm gonna get into the next quote here. So this is the project is, and his name was Death. The track is Indian Head Sweaters.
Ah,
This is
yeah.
one of your heaviest quotes, I think. And maybe you could expand on it, but you're like, they did nothing for us. We took what they gave, had us looking afraid, one foot in the grave, damn looking like slaves. Now they see us on stage, and still look at our chains at a time when nobody dare look at our pain. I wanted to ask you, man, like you got a lot of fans, you got a lot of different fans. You ever rap to a crowd and be like, maybe they don't understand something about the dynamic of what's happening here? Um,
Um, you know what? So yes and no. The thing about the fan base that we as the Umbrella Collective have is that even we all from different walks of life. So you kind of get the flash and the fly talking shit from me, even though I still talk, relatable and pain and insightful shit. But at the end of the day, I feel like the reason people take to us and the fans at our shows take to us and buy the vinyl is because they can relate. So when I'm
right,
rapping to a crowd, I don't feel like they can't understand what I'm saying.
right,
Like the show I just did on Sunday in the Bronx. I just did a show on Sunday in the Bronx. And
right.
motherfuckers was in the crowd rapping my shit with me word for
Yeah,
word. And
yeah,
it had me so hyped, bro, to realize like, damn, I'm here now. We here now. Not even just my shit. My brothers Pro and Snotty, like, you know what I
right,
mean? Like motherfuckers know the words and they cop the physicals and the only reason that you could dig in your pocket and spend one of your hard-earned dollars for something for somebody else to profit off of is because you relate to it that much.
right,
You get what I'm saying?
right,
So no, I feel like the people that actually spend money, not all of them, don't get me wrong. I'm not talking about the resellers that's just in it to make a dollar. And I'm talking about the actual people that buy it to rip it out the plastic, put it on their vinyls, put it on their record player, spin it, put it in their collection, never get rid of it, bring it to the show to have you sign it, travel 9 hours to come see you, all that shit. They can relate. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
They understand the words. They feel the pain. A lot of my fans and a lot of just the underground fan base in general that take to the Umbrella, they're growing with us. They remember when we first came out,
They're
and we
loyal,
was doing,
man. They're
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
loyal, man. From what
yeah,
I see, man.
absolutely, man. And we would be nowhere without them. And that's what it's really all about. It's about them. They make us who we are.
Mm.
And I'll never take that shit for granted, not a day in life.
Sounds like straight up. It sounds like euphoria, though, man. That
Absolutely.
experience on stage, man.
It is, man.
That's dope, man.
It is. Man, to sell out, listen, man, to sell out, man, to see a motherfucker sending you a picture in the crib with your merch on,
Yeah,
to just to see people taking road trips. I get so many videos with people taking road trips and they showing the digital dashboard and you can see now playing and they playing some shit from Mickey Diamond and they playing some shit from Pro Dillinger or they playing some shit from Snotty or you know what I mean? It's just
yeah,
it's unreal. It's
yeah,
unreal.
yeah, man. So I got a couple closing questions, and we're going to be right on time, man. I'm respecting your time
Thank you, brother. I
perfectly. You
appreciate
said
it.
8 to 9, right?
Yeah, well,
So,
I mean, we could
uh,
do another. We could do another one. You know what I mean? It's never, what I mean? We
yeah,
got as much
yeah,
time.
yeah. I'm sure you're going to drop another 10 projects this year. We'll have plenty to talk about, man. It's my honor, bro, with all you got going on. So
Thank you,
thank you,
brother.
man. So closing questions. So you've had an amazing run. I know you're in the eye of the storm, but is there anything you would do differently if you started all over again? I mean, it's gone pretty well, but anything you do differently or that you've learned from?
To be honest, the only thing I would have done differently is I would have made Mallory Knox more of a priority to get her talent out here and have her more projects because she was a very essential part in my becoming what I am. And she was there on them dark days and them cold nights and them long nights where I would be just mixing and mastering for hours and rewriting songs and writing songs and you know what I mean and just going through the struggle. She was there the entire time. And in the process of this, she's a super talented producer, and I didn't prioritize her the way I should have. And I wish that I had now so that the world could see her talent the way that they see mine. But it's never too late, and that's the only thing I would have done differently. Everything else, I'm happy I did everything else the way I did because I came into this shit with no game plan, bro. My initial desire when I came into this shit was I wanted to see my album on vinyl. That was it. That's it. I just wanted to
Wow.
see one of my projects on
Just
vinyl.
to have that milestone.
Yeah, because
Like so many people want
you
to
know what I mean.
reach.
Yeah, I grew up in that era. You know, CD tape. I wanted to see my shit on vinyl. I was seeing Hus Kingpin and all these other niggas with their shit on vinyl. I wanted to see my shit on vinyl. I knew I was worthy of it, and I wanted to see that. Everything else that came after it, bro, the sold outs. I can tell you, I probably already kicked this story on one of my interviews, but my first sold out drop, which is Bangkok Dangerous 1 and 2, me and Mallory Knox was separated. She was moving back to Ohio, and my shit sold out. And she had a U-Haul out here getting all of her shit. And I came upstairs crying. I had tears coming down my eyes. And she thought I was crying because she was finna leave. And I was crying because I could not believe that my fucking album sold out. 2 albums sold out in
Wow.
fucking like 5 minutes.
Right.
You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
didn't know that people was fucking with me like that hard, that fast. And that was my first release. My first 2 releases. You know what I mean? Here we are fucking 24 projects later. And it's only getting bigger. I'm doing bigger numbers, working with bigger producers and so forth.
That's a dope story. I'm gonna back up. Actually, I skipped this question, but since you brought her up, on No Liquor Before 12, that's your album about kind of addiction to alcohol. You got a track Happy Hours. You're like, you would think it's all good shit, but I seen better days. You know, my wife just told me that we should go our separate ways, and she said it like that's the best decision she's
ever made.
So I assume you guys are still together. I wanted to ask you, how important is it to have the right partner for your music career to flourish? Is it important at all, or how would you?
I would say this, in being on both sides of the fence, because Mallory is an artist. She's super into hip hop. She picks these samples herself when she produces for me, and you know she picks. She has an ear for soundscape so incredible that she's probably the only female producer that I would ever be like, you know, that we fucking like, you know what I mean, for and all of this shit, just to be honest. But in doing that, you know, every artist wants their own shine and wants to be put on the pedestal. And so I would say just be careful who you bring into your realm as an artist, because if people don't want what you want for yourself as bad as you want it, then you're only going to cause a rift. You know what I mean? So for me, I feel like it's better to have a partner that has absolutely nothing to do with music, a desire that has nothing to do with music. That way, when something good happens for me, they don't know all the facts. They're not doing calculations on how many vinyls sold. They're just like, good job, baby.
Right.
And that's that. It's a genuine happiness. They're not breaking down shit in their head and doing all this other shit. You get what I mean?
Right. They're just supporting you from a good
supporting
distance.
You. Exactly. And so it's just, but not to say that, you know, me and Mal Knox did great things, and we got new projects we finna work on, and we got a project that we finna do towards the end of this year that's gonna, what I personally feel like is gonna fuck the underground up, because it's not been done. But in the same breath, you know, she's an alpha female. She wants her shine, and she wants it the same way that I want my shine for as a rapper. And you know, it's just not enough time in the day for me to focus on me and do what I need to do for me as I'm building, and still put all my focus and time and energy into her as well. So
Sice Greeny is like, this is long, bro. You missed my 3-hour Vega interview. So I will wrap it up with the last question, Mickey. If that's cool.
No. He wasn't saying this long like for you. He was saying that it's been this long. Like,
right,
going on this long.
Right.
Like,
Gotcha. All right, that thanks. Okay, then last 2 questions. Any dream producers you'd like to work with next?
Absolutely.
Like, who do you see as achievable as the next like milestone for you in terms of, maybe, like, I hate to say a step up, but you know what I mean? Someone that's harder to reach. Is there someone in your sights, or
the only producer that I really want to work with right now is Alchemist. I want to do something with Alchemist really bad, and I want to do something with Bink. And I don't know if y'all know who Bink is.
I don't.
But Bink, he produced a lot of incredible records. He did the intro for Jay-Z on the Blueprint, The Ruler's Back. But he's an incredible producer. He still exists on this circuit. and I want to do something with Bink. So if anybody got a line to Bink, let them know I'm trying to work. And the only other producer I really want to work with after that, if I could ever make it happen, would be RZA.
Dope options.
I would love
So
to drop a whole project produced by RZA.
I don't know if you remembered, but I had a vision of Bam Bam versus Diamond Dallas, like, because you guys have the craziest pop culture references. If you did like wrestling bars, to me, you two have the best wrestling bars produced by Alchemist, bro. I'd be all over that. But
I love that. I feel like that's another motherfucker I'm gonna work with eventually.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope, granted, everything don't take too long, but you know, if I can get my shit to the right people who can get it to him, I feel like Action Bronson will work with me. I mean, I rap good as fuck, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
I think you guys would have a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Changing bars, man.
I agree.
But okay, so here's the last question. What is the next level for Mickey Diamond to reach?
Starting a record label and signing other artists that I feel like don't get the light that they should. Because I feel like with what I'm building, when it's all said and done, I'll have enough people that believe in me and my artistic creativity and my vision, my sound, that when I put this light and I co-sign this person and say, yo, go check him out, it'll be easy for that person to be able to get their music heard, seen, and create opportunities for themselves in the process of. So that's the next level for me, is doing that and starting some form of a real estate company eventually.
Oh, and starting something, you cut out for me, starting what?
I said it's starting some form of a real estate company.
Got it. Real estate company. Dope, brother. Dope aspirations. So, Mickey, I wish you all the best. It's been an honor. It's an honor that this thing we love, that you're exceeding in it, and I get to chop up with you and build with you. I hope we could talk again when the time is right.
Absolutely.
And I just want to shout out everyone that joined. We got Sice Greedy, Eastern Promises, John, 1680. Thank you all for joining. And any final words before we depart, Mickey?
Hey, man, I just want to thank every single one of y'all for tapping in, giving me your time and attention, man. At the end of the day, my only message I want to leave y'all with is believe in yourselves. I know a lot of people on here is artists, producers, entrepreneurs of all kinds. And just know that y'all got my full support the way y'all support me. If there's any way I can help y'all or anything I can do for y'all, feel free to jump in my DM, drop me a line. Those who got my phone number, you feel free to hit me. You already know. Sice, I love you forever. You my Scorpio twin. And nigga, we not stopping no time soon. Foot on the gas. Shout to Arthur Ryman for putting this light on me and all the artists that he support.
Thank you.
Shout to Vegas 7 for dropping that dope ass Shadowrunner album.
Oh, yeah,
if y'all ain't heard it, go check it out.
Yep.
And that's what we gonna leave at, man. My brother Mac Nice, the whole umbrella, Snotty Pro, Substance, J Royale, Mallory Knox. You know what I'm saying? Josiah the Gift. Shout my homeboy Josiah. Everybody, man. I love everybody, bro. And that's it, man. That's why I'm gonna leave it, bro. Shout out my kids, the Diamond family, Mallory, Priest, Kim, Brooklyn, Kaz, and that's it.
Dope, man. Have a great night, everyone.
You too, brother.
Peace, Mickey.